record this. Boom. So it is Tuesday, September 1st, first day of the month. Hope everyone's doing well. Looks like we got a bunch of people in here. Just write in the chat where you guys are calling in from. And let's get today started. So write in the chat where you guys are calling in from, whether you guys are new to these live sessions, or if you guys come through regularly, just write in the chat, say hi. What's up? What's up? What's up, Lucas? What's up, Vish? What's up, Diasbone? Mohammed, Tim, Lucas, Endringer, Mohammed, Amrit, Lee. What up? What up? First time. What up? What up? So Nick will be joining us soon. These sessions are always recorded. Basically, I feel like I'm 85 here. Basically, how this works is we are going to go over all of the trades that we're looking at for today. We're going to do top-down analysis. We're going to look at structure, and then we're going to talk about potential entries. And we're pretty much going to get right into it. If you guys have any questions throughout the session, just write in the chat. If you guys have any questions about what we just went over, write in the chat. This is meant to be an open discussion for you guys, and it's completely free. There's really no gimmick here. It's completely free. So whatever you guys want to go over, just write in the chat. And again, for you new guys that are here, welcome to the team. Welcome to the live session. We appreciate your support. And for the old guys, obviously we appreciate your support as well. I'll announce in a little bit the rules for the giveaway. So we will have a giveaway today. So I'll announce that in a little bit, what you guys should do. And yeah, so any questions like Bish, what typical time frame to trade, post that in the chat and let's talk about it. Let's go over it. So I'm going to get started here. What's up? What's up? We're going to get started as always with DXY. This is the dollar index. We look at DXY basically for the value of the US dollar. As you can see, it's been very bearish all the way since May. You guys have to be mindful, this past month candle just closed. So let's bump up on all the pairs that we go over. Let's bump up to the higher time frame and take a look at the monthly, see how the monthly close, little wick at the end, but overall very bearish. We're super extended right now to the downside. Overall on the dollar currency, we formed this lower high. So we are bearish on the dollar. So as we go down time frames from the daily, daily time frame first, we can see moving averages have been maintained ever since this low had been broken. Right now we're coming to this minor support level that we just broke. Right here, we got Nick joining up. What's up? What's up? Boom. So I'm just going over DXY. I'll just go first.
Yeah, that's fine.
So we got DXY here. Boom. Obviously, this has been maintained for quite some time right here, red over blue, all the way down to this area. And guys, we want to bump down time frame so we can see structure a little bit more clearly. As we bump down to the 4-hour time frame, this is really where we're seeing structure form really well. We're seeing lower lows, lower high right here, retest of the low, another lower high, retesting this high. Then we made a new low, pulled back, made this lower high right here. Boom, and this is where we were looking for previously for it to confirm. This fell lower. So until this level's broken, guys, on this 4-hour time frame, structure is bearish. This is overall very bearish. And then look at it. This has been maintaining a lower time frame trend now for quite some time, all the way to this 30-minute. So this 30-minute is extremely bearish. Until this level is broken all the way down to the 30-minute, this thing is bearish. So just some time frame correlation. We're bearish on the 30-minute, bearish on the 4-hour time frame, bearish on the daily, bearish on the weekly. That's why we're aggressively taking, sell opportunities in favor of the pairs that are against USD, sell or buy. So we're looking to continue to short the dollar until we see more of a pullback. I know it's very overextended, but don't get ahead of yourselves, guys. So with that in mind, let's get into UCAD. So UCAD's on a little bit of a pullback right now, but let's take a look at the overall picture right here. Let's start all the way up on the weekly time frame. Which market is this? This is USD CAD. So let's bump all the way up to the weekly time frame. Overall, in the weekly, we are bullish. We made this high. We pulled back right here, red over blue, and we're coming to these lows right now. And I actually drew this demand zone out. Boom. So we have this demand zone. We're looking for price to potentially find support in this area because we got the monthly key level here. We've got the demand zone right here. So this definitely is a confluence area to find, some sort of transition, some sort of resistance. But again, down to the daily, we're just bearish, very bearish. Down to the 4 hour, we're very bearish ever since this point. We were looking to maintain this bearish trend to the downside right here, then all the way down to the 1 hour. Like on the 4 hour, this is where we had taken a signal earlier this week. We bump into the signals chat right here. Boom, we had this USD CAD signal that was given out at 130,680. That is about right here is where we gave the signal out. And basically why we entered on this was we had this minor pullback, started to reject the moving averages, had some bearish, momentum to the downside. Ultimately, this candle closed below, which showed more sellers than buyers. And then down to the 30-minute, consecutive lower highs here, entered on this lower low right here, but stops were above this level. And we just rode this thing down. We rode this thing down. At this point now, we're using this level of structure to maintain right here. So until this level in the 30 minutes broken, we can still be in a downtrend right now. So we're just maintaining this. We're continuing to look for sells. If we pull back, find rejection of this level, I'm looking for this thing to continue even lower. Basically looking for it to continue all the way down to this level, 1.29730, 750 next. So this is the next level we're looking to get to, and then even lower than that, 1.29500. I do think we need to come back into that area to find more buyers. So again, we'll just be patient. We'll maintain this using the 30-minute right now, and that's USD CAD. So USD CAD overall bearish on this. Let's go over to UJ, or you could do UJ actually. Move this down. Boom. Let's do USEF. Let's bump up to the weekly. So again, guys, the monthly candles have just closed. So it's good to look at the previous month's candles, see how it formed. UJ or USEF last month, little bearish candle, but still not a large wick. So there are still a lot of sellers in the market right now. As you come down to the weekly, boom, right here, weekly, overall very bearish, obviously very overextended right now. So we could find support here and start to pull back. And down, all the way down to the daily time frame, we're hitting this bottom 1, 2, 3, 4 times right now. If this forms a morning star, this is going to be setting up for potential reversal. And for reversals, we just got to be patient. We got to look all the way down to this 4-hour time frame. This is really where we're looking for the reversal. So I've got my fibs from my low or high to my low right here. We've had a bunch of pullbacks. Inevitably, this is the lower high that we're looking to respect. And why is that? We had this pullback all the way up here. Moving averages were maintained all the way until this point. Then it crossed. So this became our lower high. And we had the cross back, another cross. This became our lower high right here. Boom. So this is the level that we're looking to break. As you can see, this thing is surging. Right now in the US session, we're finding some buyers right now. So if we break above this level, we're going to look to long. If we reject this level, if we find rejection here, much similar to this, then we'll look to go short. So USEF right now sticking up onto the higher time frames. So I'm going to change this back to red. Let's go over to EU. Start on the weekly time frame. We're all the way at this top right now, all the way at this higher high on the weekly. But obviously we're bullish right here. The next monthly level, key level, is all the way up here. And again, try to keep the charts as clean as possible. We really just utilize these key levels on the monthly and the weekly, and then when we get down to the lower time frames, we just look to put some random lines on the charts. So let's continue to cycle down time frames till we can see structure a little bit more clearly. We've got this high this high or low, this high. We had this little pullback here, but I wouldn't consider this to be a high or low. This is just maintaining moving averages, blue over red this entire time. Started to push higher, making another new high. Down to the 4 hour though, we can start to see structure a little bit more clearly. We've got this high, this pullback right here, made this high or low, retest the high, retest this high or low, then we pushed higher and made this new high. Then we had this pullback right here, started to get this cross. Last week we were covering this, had a little bit of a fake out here with the news, and then we inevitably continued higher. So right now we're pushing to a new high. Could we pull back similar to this variation at the top? Sure. But we got to be patient. We got to see some sort of reversal. And we're really looking for buys in this market right now, guys. We're looking for buys. The opportunities at the top right here could be there if we wanted to try to take the risk and get in on them. But inevitably, this is what we're looking for. We're looking on the higher time frame. This is mainly what we're going to go over in these sessions. We're looking to either break below this level, retest short, or we are looking to find some sort of support right now really near this 38.2 level and look for some bearish or bullish variations similar to this before going long. We'll wait for the moving averages to cross. So EU again, just being patient on this pair. If you guys wanted to take some sort of sell opportunities at this high, if that's what you were feeling like doing, what I would do is I would just look at this previous level, see how price played out here. You had that break right there. That's really where your selling opportunity came into the market. So look at that, in this next scenario, wait for when price actually breaks something. If you guys wanted to go short on this, I'm just going to wait, wait for the pullback, try to get on buys. It's going to be solid opportunity. Then we got GU. GU is surging again. Let's hit the weekly time frame. So it looks like GU is going to come up and it's going to retest this higher level up here. These key levels that we place, guys, they're just previous points in the market where a lot of orders were put in. So this weekly level, previously we had a lot of rejection here. We surged off this level before. Even looking back further and further, this level becomes very significant. Look at this touch, at this level. So these levels are just when, on the higher time frames, guys, when price comes and finds either rejection or support. In this area, we've got both sides of the market. So anything can happen here, guys. We could either find rejection, we could break above, find support. The only thing that we're concerned with is that we know that when price comes into this area, a lot of orders are going to be placed. There's going to be a lot of movement. So as we come down to the daily, overall very bullish on the daily, and then down to the 4 hour as well. Very, very bullish. We've been maintaining structure all this time. Had a little bit of a fake out here, but nothing too crazy. Ended up maintaining this level and then headed higher. I was looking for that pullback, but this thing has just continued to maintain these moving averages. If I was going to look at potential entries all along this area, if our bias is bullish, guys, and we're looking to push to a new high on the 4 hour, where exactly are we going to be entering on the 30-minute time frame? As soon as this 30-minute level breaks, so we've got this lower high, boom, then we break, make a higher high, pull back. We're entering on higher lows, guys. So you guys want to go over entries. What are entries? That would be an entry right there. We'd put our stops below this level, whether we got stopped out there or not. Maybe we protect ourselves a little more, put it below this level. I actually took this exact trade and I had my stops right here and got stopped out by 1 pip. And then I looked back, reevaluated it. We've got this support level right here. Maybe I move it a little bit lower. But at the end of the day, guys, if you get stopped on this, you look for the next trade. It was obviously in the right direction right here. So you can't dwell on that. So that's one entry. As we come up to this next high opportunity, it's the same thing. We're looking for just variations through the moving averages right now. This thing gets very choppy. But just some examples, things like this. We got variations here, boom. We've got variation here, boom. Even back into this area. We're looking at this. Would I enter on this? Probably not. This large wick. And then right here, would I enter on this? No, because I'm waiting for that confirmation. I'm waiting for the moving averages to actually cross. This following candle shoots higher. They cross, but am I going to enter all the way at a high? No. Wait for the pullback, pulls back, find some support, and then this is why we're looking to enter in these areas. Right here, this is when we actually get the cross. We get a little bit of a retest. And again, this thing was definitely a little choppy in this area, but inevitably, if we be patient, finally we get that cross right there. And that's what we're waiting for, guys. We're waiting to enter on the crosses. Let's go a little bit higher now. So let's go. We made another high all the way up here. We pulled back. We had this little bit of an early entry right there. This bullish engulfing. I wouldn't have entered on that, though. I would have waited again. Boom. We had this bullish engulfing right there. And I know it's easy to see right now. We know what price is going to do into the future. But this comes down to why you got to back test. You've got to anticipate the move. What are your confluences? When those confluences present themselves, you guys got to anticipate the move. So when this happens, this bullish engulfing through the moving averages, all this momentum, you got this. You can put your stops below this high or low. Boom. You put your stops here. When this happens, you guys got to be anticipating that you're going to push to a new high. A lot of people, when you get in on the entry, when it starts to retrace, say this retraces to this level right here, you're still maintaining this level. You're still maintaining this high or low, guys. So that's why you entered the trade. The same way that you're waiting to go to TP, you're waiting to go to stop loss, you got to be patient. You got to let this play out. Even if this pulls back a little bit, you guys got to anticipate that it's not going to just shoot up. Sometimes it will, but you got to be patient. You got to utilize why did you enter? Entered because of structure, and you got to wait for that to break. It's the name of the game. You're going to win some and you're going to lose some. So let's go all the way forward on GU. Right now, we're not looking for any sort of entry opportunity on GU. We're all the way at this high, back up to the 4 hour. I'm really looking for this to come up now to this 135, 500 area before anything happens. I think this thing's going to continue higher. So we be patient. We be patient. Wait for that. So right now, nothing really doing on GU. We've got NU. Let's hit the monthly first. See how that monthly candle closed. So the monthly is retesting this resistance level right now. So we're at these highs. Down to the weekly, huge weekly candle last week, bullish and bullish variation candle, just bullish candle breaking through. But remember, guys, this is a supply zone. Overall, we are bearish. We're retesting this 200-day moving average right now. So this thing could find some rejection, but we're not we're not taking trades unless the technicals show us. So the daily time frame, very bullish. High or low, high or low. We're maintaining bullish structure all the way down to the 4 hour time frame was bearish right here. And then what happened? We just broke. Boom. We broke this level, made a new high. So inevitably, guys, on NU, I'm looking for a little bit of a pullback before getting in on any sort of entries, any sort of buys. And again, I'm not looking to sell because the trend is bullish. It's bullish on the 4 hour. It's bullish on the daily. All the way up to the weekly. It's breaking significant levels. It's showing a lot of bullish pressure right now. So I'm waiting on that pullback, waiting to get in on a higher low. Last but not least, let's cover GJ. So GJ is surging, which is good. And GJ correlates very closely with GU, guys, so keep that in mind. We talked about last week. We wanted to hit 141 first, and then we wanted to hit 142. We're crushing those levels right now. Let's look back and see if there was any potential entries on this. As you can see, we're coming now. We're moving up to this monthly key level. We could find rejection here, but similar to this area, we surged a lot higher before finding rejection there. So let's hit the weekly time frame. Overall, very bearish, lows, lower high, retest the low. Now we're coming up to this weekly key level right now. So I'm keeping this in mind, guys. If this thing starts to show bearish engulfings like this, we're not going to short right away, but we're going to start to maybe transition, start to think about changing our bias a little bit as this weekends. So right now in the daily, very similar to this leg right here, we just surged all the way higher, and I think we're going to continue to surge. We're kind of like right here right now. I really anticipate us continuing to head higher down to the 4 hour. Last week we talked about this entry right here. We had this higher low form, push to make a high, then had this pullback. This was a very aggressive, like lower time frame trade. So let's look at it like on the 1 hour. So the 1 hour time frame was bearish in the sense that we were making lows, lower high, retest the low, lower high right here, new lower low, and then what happened? We broke right here. We broke this level, made a new high, pulled back. Then we started to get buy opportunities right here. Boom. Then we had this pullback, more buy opportunities right here, all up in this area. And notice every time I say buy opportunity, it's on a higher low. So why? That's so we could put stops either below this level, right there, boom. Or if we entered here, I probably would have put stops just below the moving averages right here. And then as you can see, this thing was surging higher. So a little bit of an aggressive move on GJ, but definitely some opportunities right there. And that's the last pair that I'm going to cover. I see there was a question earlier in the chat, but I see a member answered it, so that's good. We are going to do a giveaway today. If you guys want to enter the giveaway, just write in the chat your Discord name. I'm going to pass this over to Nick, and he's going to go ahead and share the rest of the analysis for today.
Perfect. Nice job, Angelo. Thank you for that analysis.
Yes, sir.
You did well. All right, guys. So we're going to just do a quick recap on DXY, just kind of reiterating the analysis that Angelo covered. Very bearish, breaking out of a key range, pushing low, establishing a lower low. Could pull back a little bit to form some sort of lower high below this range, right? We would like a MA pullback or some rejection off the MAs, then a further continuation to the downside. Overall, super bearish. I just want to bring your attention to here when we saw a daily transition. That's why we are so strongly bearish, because all time frames are pretty much bearish now. Especially on this daily time frame, it was a huge, significant break, transition to the downside from a bullish trend to a bearish trend, and that was confirmed once we started getting some, consolidation, some ranging below that monthly zone. So now we're in this new lower zone. We're looking to make a play to the downside. All right, so it's DXY. Pretty easy. Let's move on to AUD USD. All right, guys, daily time frame first. Very similar to DXY, we saw a daily transition. Makes sense because DXY, AUD USD, it's inversely correlated. So that's, it plays pretty hand in hand, right? So they share a good relationship. This broke a zone. It transitioned from a bearish trend to a bullish trend, right? Once we saw a break of this monthly, this is where the last prior lower high was. Corona news hit. Super strong 4 hour bullish trend, pushed all the way back to the monthly, gave us a higher low, and then finally broke through the monthly zone and started consolidating. So let's go to the 4 hour, get a closer look at price action here. So this was pretty crazy, right? We had a nice break of this monthly, confirmed it. We got tons of higher lows, this kind of broad ascending channel here. We got a nice higher high, established this high, pulled back, gave us our final higher low, nice 4 hour transition here, and then took off. Price action kind of just skyrocketed. So now, what kind of long opportunities do we have now? Let's adjust these fibs, right? So we're looking for a pullback. This is pretty extended. Ideally, we want to get in at, a structure level, right? So that means a pullback to the 38.2 or potentially the 61.8, which is a nice confluence area. Let's go ahead and adjust some of these levels. Okay, so this is option one, long scenario one. Long scenario 2, both include forming structure, pull back to form structure. So 38.2, 61.8, followed by a reversal, strong bullish setups. That is essentially what we're looking to enter on. So this is going to take a little while to play out. I mean, hopefully this is the actual top, the established top, and we see a pullback at this point. If not, just keep adjusting the fibs, as this keeps getting more and more overextended, and then ultimately we'll wait for that pullback. But this is where we're at right now. Huge rally. Not really a high probability trade that we can get into at this point. You really want to just see those pullbacks. Okay, so that's AU. That was one hell of a rally though from this transition.
Dude, yeah, and you actually called that
Yeah, I know. I missed this trade
on the 1 hour all the way at the bottom.
right here.
Dude, you were like trying to enter right there.
I know. This was my analysis. I had put it out I'm pretty sure it was on Sunday, last Sunday, the Sunday before, like 2 Sunday market blitz ago, right? So
Yeah.
did this analysis and
We were like, oh, let's wait for the pullback, and this thing
yeah,
rocketed.
I know. Right here, this was a perfect entry.
Dude,
Nice,
this was like a 10-1.
2 engulfings. Yeah, I know, it was insane. 2 engulfings in a row. Nice transition. Lower time frame confirmed higher low. That was your entry right there. And yeah, this thing kind of just took off. But that's trading, guys. I mean, the sentiment was right. The analysis was spot on. We just missed the entry. But again, that's trading. It happens.
I'd rather be more patient and miss than be early.
Exactly. I want to imagine being on the wrong side of the market for this. Yeah, no thanks. So better days to be patient. All right, let's move on to AJ. AJ. Daily time frame first, guys. Super bearish. Very bearish. Last lower high was at this monthly zone right here before Corona dropped. Very similar like we just covered on AU. A nice 4-hour bullish trend, push price action back up into this monthly zone. Came back down, gave us a higher low, testing the upper trend line of that bearish channel, and then continued higher. Finally, it broke the monthly, confirming a daily transition from a bearish trend to a bullish trend. Perfect. Now we can drop time frames and start looking for some nice long opportunities. Okay, so again, very overextended, kind of just like AU. Ideally we want to see a pullback. Best zone would be 38.2 right here. Tons of confluence. Retesting this broken zone right here at 77.6. So that's one opportunity. Nice pullback. Again, we want to see a reversal at the 38.2 with nice strong bullish setups. That would be perfect. Or there's potential for a 61.8 pullback as well. Actually, matter of fact, anywhere in here between 61.8 and 76.65, that could happen. Good confluence area. Again, we're just looking for the same setups. Reversal at the 61.8, just rejection off this level entirely, and looking to enter on those bullish setups. We'll target higher towards key resistance, target prior highs, and the negative 27 fib level. All right, so yeah, again, we got to wait on this one. Should come as no surprise that AJ and AU are kind of at the same point. We're gonna have to wait on it. They are pretty correlated as well, so they move similarly. But yeah, I gotta wait for a pullback, and then we're long. So let's see what this, just for the sake of analysis, let's see what this trade could be. About 160 pips. Stop loss would be just outside the prior, the higher low, so it could be here even all the way down here below this higher low. Where we're doing 50 pips to get 150. That's still 3-1. Really great trade. Really great trade. So this could be something major. Just waiting on those confirmations, pullback and confirmations. All right, that's AJ. Let's keep going. UJ next. This one we're currently in on. I'll explain in more detail once we drop time frames. First thing we want to do, start out on the daily time frame, see if this overall bearish trend is supported. So you can see this giant descending triangle. Good. We're getting tons of lower highs, kind of pushing price action in this range here between 109.25 and 106 flat. So we were ranging a little bit. We're getting some lower highs. We finally broke 106 flat to the downside, came back up, got a deep fib level retracement at the 886, confirmed another lower high, and now we could drop time frames and kind of go over our reason for entering here. So we had 886 rejection, right? This was a bit of a head and shoulders pattern. Huge rejection over here. off this zone, came back down, blew through this higher low, gave us a lower low, right? And now we got a lower high. So we entered on this lower high, which is also a 61.8 fib level on a lower time frame. And also, a confirmed lower high below this monthly zone is what we're looking for. We got an engulfing right up that zone as well. So we had enough confidence to go short on this. Let me go to the 1 hour. I thought this was a pretty good trade, but it is pulling back a little bit. So I mean, as long as it stays below these lower highs here, we'll be good. We could expect some sort of rejection from right now. The nice MA pullback. So I mean, we'll see. We'll just manage accordingly and see how this goes. I mean, this is a nice bullish variation right here, but it's kind of a now or never moment where we're going to see rejection here or we're not, and this trade is just going to go bad. That's okay. We're going to manage accordingly. Kind of just going to see what kind of confirmations we get. Ideally, yeah, we need to get below this zone here. But yeah, small pullback, small drawdown, about 20 pips. But this trade in total was about almost 3.5 to 1 risk to reward. We're getting about 140 pips, risking 40. So a really great trade. It definitely has the potential to drop. I mean, there's tons and tons of bearish volume. Like, look at this huge spike to the downside. I think this thing just needs to just some volume just needs to kick in. Just waiting for that final push to the downside. All right, so that's you, Jay. Yeah, just gotta wait on this. Let me go over actually, if you guys aren't in this trade, what you want to see to then enter on this now. So let's see what this would look like. You really want to see a confirmed lower high. Either right here is where you can enter on if you see some sort of reversal from this level, or play it more conservative. Wait until we break below this higher low here and get a lower high below that zone. So something like this. Something like this. Right? Push to the downside, quick retest, enter on some sort of bearish setup below this zone right here, below this higher low.
Yeah, and UJ loves to do this.
Yeah,
Loves to pull back and just fuck people up.
yeah, it gets choppy sometimes. So like, look, this looks very similar to what over here, right? 3 highs, all lower highs, and then a drop. Pretty quick pullback. It looks exactly like that, right? Here's that high 1. Here's the next lower high. Here's the high that we're currently on, right? Looking very similar, and then it drops. So we could see something happen. I mean, again, we'll see.
Yeah, and for you guys that hate drawdown, obviously no one likes drawdown, but why do you put the stop loss there? It's if you go in drawdown. Drawdown's going to happen. You're putting the stops where they are because you believe in the structure that's there. So if you're in drawdown and all of a sudden you're like shitting your pants, that's because you entered in a spot you don't understand, you don't like.
Right.
So
exactly. There's a reason behind all of this. Like, this stop loss here it wasn't placed by accident. We're outside of monthly, we're outside of these lower highs. If price action gets to this zone, it's going to continue upward based on our analysis.
You're literally entering there because you believe that level, if retested, will potentially, like, the risk reward is there. It'll be respected.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's why it's always good to stick to it as well. Like, you got to have a reason for placing your stop loss in your TPI, because I've had a trade pull back 90% to my stop loss and then go and hit full profit, turn around from that point. So, like, you got to have a rhyme and reason for, where you're placing levels.
Right. Yeah, moral of the story is just enter on lower highs, enter on higher lows, because inevitably those are when price is shifting momentum. You want to get when price shifts momentum. If this turns back over now, respects the 200-day, for people that didn't get in on the signal, you guys can potentially get back in. So just be patient.
Yep. Absolutely. All right, cool. So that's UJ, guys. Kind of just waiting for it to play out. Get some rejection off this 200 EMA, it looks like, as well. So we'll see. All right, let's keep going. We got EJ and gold starting off daily time frame. Okay, super bearish. It was, at least overall, very, very bearish, strong bearish channel. We got a transition right here once we broke through this weekly and confirmed a higher low above this channel. Right, so here's that break, came back, retested, confirmed higher low, and then it took off. So daily trend is now bullish after this took place. Super bullish, very, very strong. So let's go to the 4 hour now. a closer look at current price action. Okay, here's that break and retest, continuation of the trend. Now we're a bit, all right, so this is interesting because, it pushed to a high, it did pull back pretty damn close to the 38.2, but it didn't really close at the 38.2. So I'm not going to say that true structure was formed necessarily. However, we do have good, it's a good range. It's still looking like pretty healthy where we're getting these waves where the market keeps pulling back. But, on the daily time frame where this fib is set, we haven't seen structure form. So this could pull back, right? Or there's two scenarios here. Either price action keeps pushing until we get a new established higher high, and then it starts to pull back to form structure, or we get structure forming now off this monthly zone, and then a continuation occurs, right? So here are these two scenarios here, right? Price action just continues higher off some bullish setups, continues up to a key fib level, gives us a new high, or we see that reversal take place, that pullback, the retracement to 38.2 near our 124 zone. Okay, so this is what we're looking at now. Yeah, I really want to see structure form. I don't like taking trades when it's that overextended, especially on a daily time frame, right? So like, this is just such a huge, huge trend here. It's moved so much, especially on EJ. Yeah, I mean, nice bullish variation here. So, all right, so right now it looks like it's probably going to push above, in which case you could enter on bullish setups, pushing through and confirming a break of that monthly zone, or you wait for a new high and then a pullback, and then you enter long on a higher low confirmed above that monthly zone. Okay? So we're really just kind of exploring all trade opportunities right now on EJ, figure out what the best scenario is. Most conservative entry would be this, no doubt. Would be this one that I'm currently drawing. Break and retest of this zone, looking to continue long, and then we could target major resistance levels. So yeah, this is definitely looking like this is going to happen rather than a pullback right now, just because of the volume, how much momentum this thing's had, and it's been holding. It's pretty impressive. So we want to see a break and retest, enter on a higher low above this monthly zone, and then we're long. And then always, of course, we're open to this as well, but looking less likely. All right, and then in total, let's see, for us to go bearish, we need to see a lower high form below 124 flat. So that would give us a transition on this time frame, and then we could start looking at potential short opportunities. But definitely super, super bullish until we see otherwise. All right, so that's EJ. Let's move on to gold. Nice fun one. Daily time frame. Let's take a look. Super bullish, guys. No surprise there, right? As you guys all should know, gold has been crazy strong. Let's go to the 4 hour and see where we're at. Okay, so we had a high. We had a rally from 1800 straight to 2070. Absolutely nuts. Pulled back to the 50%, right about 1880. Right, get pulled back up again, gave us a lower high. Now we're consolidating. We were going flat for a while in this kind of rectangle pattern, box pattern. Finally broke and retested right here as we expected. Broke out of the pattern, retested off the backside of this candle, and then continued up. So this thing could keep going, honestly. I mean, this could redraw this. So long opportunities here. We could honestly just look for bullish setups here. And then we're going to target towards the negative 27. Right? Or, you wait for some sort of, pullback again, enter on a higher low. Just above this 1925 zone, above these higher lows, preferably off this 200 EMA. That's what we're looking for, right? Gold is going to get harder to kind of trade, especially with all this chop and indecision once you see this. But I mean, once you see these breakouts, it typically likes to run. So you'll be able to get a good amount of pips, at least, to the very least. You'll have a break-even trade, right? A risk-free trade. So yeah, you just gotta wait. Gotta wait for these, clear confirmations, these clear breakouts, these break and retest, these confirmed higher lows, and then you can enter on those. Okay. But yeah, gold has been super interesting. I mean, it's just something else. This volume is insane. But yeah, anyway, so that's gold, guys. Really not much to it right now. It gets harder to trade as you see this consolidation. So We'll be waiting for these breakouts. Further movement on here, we'll be watching. All right, so quick recap. Covered DXY, covered AUD USD, AUD JPY, USD JPY, Euro JPY, and gold. Okay, best prospect right now, UJ. Okay, just kind of waiting on the right confirmations from here.
Yep. And we're also getting, I'm going to share up real quick. We're going to get some news coming in an hour. This manufacturing PMI, which is high. This thing could come in a little bit higher than expected. That would be positive for USD. So coming into fundamentals, guys, every single day we're posting fundamental analysis in here, on a few different pairs. As you could see yesterday, we've got the investor sentiment. We post this every other day for each pair, telling you what we think. And then for the day, we do a little bit of an overview and then expectations for today. So the expectations for today are we're basically waiting on this manufacturing numbers to come out in about an hour. We'll see if that comes out more positive than negative for the dollar. This would have implications, obviously, on USD, on USD JPY and USD CAD. So we're going to stay patient on that. As always, any of the pairs that I went over in the live session today that are looking, potentially coming to entry, I'm going to drop in this premium analysis channel. So what I like to say is, yeah, this session is free. This live session is free. If you guys want to build on this live session, just come into here. This premium analysis is just $7, one-time fee. And again, we'll drop some lower time frame analysis in here. But again, if you guys want to just look at our free analysis, just come into the analysis channel. We've got everything posted in here for you guys. So yeah, if you guys are interested, you can go ahead, purchase that $7 one-time fee. We had this this little sale going on. Yesterday was the last day for the full course. It was 40% off. It was $299. That is over now. So everyone that got in, congratulations, you're inside the course. Happy to have you guys in there. Everyone that didn't, that's okay. Look out for future promotions, future discounts. I'm sure there'll be things in the near future that you guys can participate in, but this is now over. This is the end, no real promotion going on today. So I just wanted to announce that for you guys. If you have any other questions, feel free to message us in the Discord. That is going to be the best place to find us. And so that's pretty much.
Can you guys see his screen now?
Let me see. Oh, they can't see it.
You guys see Angela's screen now? Yeah, you can. Okay, good. All right, cool.
Let me see. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. This is the end of the session. If you guys want to enter the giveaway, this is your last chance. Just put your name into the chat. Again, one more time, if you want to get in the premium analysis, just come into the start here. It's $7, one-time fee. This is how you check out on that, and you'll get access to this premium analysis and a little bit of a course and everything like that. So no real promotions going on today. We appreciate the support with all you guys. First live session of the week. So let's get it going this week.
Hell yeah, guys. All right, so yeah, this is another good session, guys. We'll be back tomorrow. Hopefully we see most of you guys there. This was a good turnout. But guys, keep practicing. Stay active in the community. Happy trading, and enjoy your Tuesday.
Yeah. All right, we'll talk to you guys tomorrow, same time, 8 a.m.
Peace, guys.
Peace.